Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back with round 2 of our Oscar Piastri Road to F1 career mode. Yes, effectively the F2 career mode here on the channel. Of course, a massive thank you for the insane support on the first race weekend's worth of action. If you missed out the 3 videos that went live from Bahrain, I would highly recommend going back and checking them out. But this weekend though, we head to the Jewel in the Formula 1 crown. Seems odd that we're racing it so early on into a year, but round 2, yeah, takes us back to the Monaco streets. I've always gone well around here. I'm hoping this weekend can go our way. We're currently sat in P7 on 18 points at the moment. I don't think there's a way we can actually scroll up the championship, so once we dive through qualifying, we'll have a look at that. But yeah, let's dive in then here to the Monaco Grand Prix. Well, here we are then, back at the Monaco Grand Prix for weekend 2 of the year. And safe to say this one's going to be a bit of a challenge then. It's going to be a wet qualifying session here on the Monaco streets. Again, like always, I'm going to try and tweak over the setup, obviously preset 4, and then change around a few of the settings, of course. Around Monaco, you just want as much aero as you possibly can here. Going to really drop the tyre pressures as well this weekend if it is going to be a wet start to this GP. But of course, no intermediate tyres in Formula 2 either. It is just the full wets. So this is probably going to be a rather challenging lap to try and get hooked up here. But let's just dive right into it then. And again, I've got no force feedback. I probably ought to check this before I dive into a race weekend, shouldn't I? Right, let's try that again then, here in the Monaco Grand Prix. Still very wet conditions. But fingers crossed now I can actually feel what the car is doing. Nice and easy down in towards turn 1 there as we try and snake our way up the hill. It's Loadcell that seems to have got the run out of the first corner there as we get a lot of fishtailing on the exit. All rubbing up against the Armcos at the top of Massenet there into Casino Square. Just trying to keep it all nice and tidy here. Of course, getting a qualifying lap in so critical around Monaco, and especially in a Formula 2 race weekend. There's so many points to play for. You know, we really do need to try and be at the front for the start of this. Well, obviously, if we qualify at the front, we won't actually start at the front for the first sprint race. But at least it'll put us right towards the front for sprint race 2. Unless, of course, we can make a lot of progress in the race. There's a lot of questions about that there as we really try and get the power out into the tunnels section there. Enzo Fittipaldi, of course, took pole in Bahrain last time round, as now it looks like it's going to be Teo Porcher that takes the lead. We get a big lock-up in towards the chicane there, but just about get it slowed down. In towards to back, though, this back half of the lap's really we're going to suffer there, and there we go. Just nudging the front wing on the Armco is going to really unsettle us as we head down in towards the final few corners of the lap there. Not too many turns to go. So he's going to cost us a little bit of time there, but nothing all too dangerous as we try not to rattle the car on the inside of the Rascas there. Through Anthony Nogues up towards the line. We've lost a lot of time as we try to put the power down out of the final corner. No confidence against the AI, and it's P13 again. Well, a very mixed up qualifying session then here from Monaco. Teo Porcher on pole position though, and 4 bonus points for him. I'm sure he's very happy with that one. Liam Lawson P2 ahead of his teammate Yuri Vips in 3rd. Enzo Fittipaldi in 4th there ahead of Bent Viscal, David Beckman, Richard Verschoor, Guilherme Samaes and Delian Lundgaard rounding out our top 10 there. We start just behind Marcus Armstrong as Robert Schwartzman 21st place at the end of qualifying there. That is a disappointing drive from our teammate who looks all but out of this weekend there, if that's anything to go by. But yeah, let's dive in then here to the first sprint race of the weekend. Thought I'd better quickly, before I forget, actually just give you guys a bit of a quick points update there. Teo Porcher, of course, with that pole position, jumps 3 places in the championship, up into 5th place there. But it's Enzo Fittipaldi out on front, 40 points for him. Liam Lawson on 30 just behind, and then Larim Zendelli and Richard Verschoor, tied in P3 with 29 apiece there. There's a quick rundown of all our points so far. Now let's dive into the Monaco GP Sprint Race 1. That is such a mouthful.
Monaco. Formula 2 has been welcomed back to this most famous of race locations, and the excitement in the air is building as we count down to the start of today's race. The Circuit de Monaco is, for all practical purposes, pretty much unchanged since its 1929 introduction. It's strange to consider, but this 2.1 mile lap will take the drivers here around almost an entire country. 19 corners, but not that many opportunities for overtaking. Instead, this is a track that rewards technical skill. I'm Alex Jakes, and I'm joined once again by the GP2 champion, Davide Valsecchi. Davide, today's race takes place on one of the most infamous street circuits in motorsports. What is it about this track that makes it stand out?
Alex, I'm very happy to be here. Monaco is a short track, but the wall is just after the white line. The drivers need to stay aware from the line and from the wall. And it's so important to start in the first two rows if you want to compete for the victory.
Right, well, here we are then, on the grid, ready for the first sprint race of the Monaco GP weekend. Thankfully, it looks like the weather has cleared here, and it's going to be dry running between now and the end of the race weekend. So, fingers crossed, yeah. Friday was a bit wet and drizzly. Saturday, Sunday here in Monaco are nice, bright and sunny, which is everything you want to see here on the Monaco GP. But starting P13 for the second weekend in a row, I think the aim for the first race, first of all, is to keep it clean, which we didn't manage to do back in Bahrain there. But I'd like to get inside the top 10, start really nice and high up for Sprint Race 2, and then fingers crossed, obviously, in the feature race we can try and recover as well there. But yeah, let's dive in then here to round 4 of the year here. 5 red lights on the grid for the Monaco Grand Prix, and it's lights out, and away we go. Not my best start in the world, but not my worst either, as we head down towards turn 1. Oh, a lot of contact between Jay and Aruvula there, Armstrong and Porcher, as we tried to capitalise but could not put the power down on the exit of the corner there, all over the curbing. Looks like Drugovic has immediately moved past Alessio Deleda, as everyone just trying to be a little bit careful on lap 1. It's so easy just to sort of Constantina up there, run to the back of the car in front, but of course on the other hand, you can be really brave, as up the inside of one car we go. Jay and Aruvula there, just a little bit of contact with Teo Porcher. Oh, this is technically a car park, I think, around the outside of Armstrong. What's everyone doing? Why is everyone so slow there? And immediately, we're up 3 places then on lap 1 of the Monaco Grand Prix there. That was everything we could have wanted, and even more off the start there. So much Constantina and up on the exit of the hairpin from the top runners there, and it just backed everyone up behind them. But it's all way too late in towards the hairpin, into the chicane there. We'll try and not gain any time out of that, using my Formula 1 braking points in a couple of too many spots, I think, early on in the weekend. But yeah, we've kept it clean and tidy off the start for the most part. Up 3 places as well, which is never a bad thing at the Monaco Grand Prix. A lot of people will be lucky to make 3 overtakes here in their Formula 1 career. Never mind just in 1 lap here at the Monaco streets. But Christian Lundgaard leads at the end of lap 1 though, so I'm sure he's going to be very happy with that one. Leads away up the hill.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
The team, yeah, just reminding us we are in the top 10 there, so every place now is a bonus. That means we're going to have to make more work in Sprint Race 2, but of course we would like a top 8 for some points, I suppose. What are the AI doing through the hairpin there? I mean, at least they just all seem to really struggle. I thought it was just going to be lap 1, perhaps someone side by side, but it just seems like the AI have got no momentum there, so we might be able to try and use that to our advantage as the race weekend unfolds. But just little handy little nuggets like that are really useful here in Monaco. There's, of course, no pit stop strategies in this first race. Got very close to knocking the rear wheels on the Armco there, and that, of course, just puts the car into a 360 spin, but nudging the wall on the exit to back. Slowly building up momentum, which, of course, yeah, is really important to do here. Definitely feels like the AI is starting to get into the groove as well a bit here. It's all big slide as we head through the final couple of corners. Oh, these Formula 2 cars. I'm still doing it accidentally. Oh, these things are fun to drive, but loose as well when you really step them over the marks. These things are an absolute handful, but a joy to race around here on F1 2021. Coders have done such a good job with these cars there. But yeah, seems like the AI is what I was originally trying to say.
We're leading our team
now into a groove.
13.8 seconds.
Schwartzman seems to have made some good progress as well. It looks like he's up 2 spots off the start, but yeah, we've just got to be really careful here. So much to gain, but so much to throw away all at the same time here at Monaco. It's how much you're willing to gamble, and not in the casino. around the outside of Liam Lawson there. He wasn't particularly caught up behind Beckman, and the last lap they done pretty well through there. But we will sneak up the inside there, giving the room on the exit of Portier.
That brings you up a place.
And the team happy with that one then, up into P9 of the race. But David Beckman now 2 seconds up the road. And Yuri Vips just in front of him. I think Richard Verschore's just set a 1:21.8, so he's really trying to apply the pressure at the front. Let's just see now with a bit of clear air how close to that lap we can get. Oh, well, we've got some clear air. It certainly hasn't taken us long to rattle up to the back of David Beckman here as we come towards the end. Already a lap 5. We are really rocking past the laps early on here in Monaco, and that's going to be a 21.6. So that's exactly what we like to see there, and that can be some good bonus points for us as well. But I'm sure, yeah, the AI will just get quicker and quicker as the race goes on. But we've definitely got some serious pace here. But again, it's all about just trying to force an error out the car in front, or being brave and going for a send, as this thing understeers massively through Casino Square there. Normally down in towards Upper Mirabeau is where I look for a move, but I don't think that's going to be possible unless we get some sort of worldy run. Around the outside of David Beckman, no, not quite able to maintain the momentum that time. Because I reckon that might be what the AI are doing. I reckon they're leaving it in second through the hairpin, and these things just don't go anywhere at low speed. Really just pushing David Beckman along at the moment. Oh, again, we get over that curbing, and that time round we do rattle the rear wheel up against the Armco there. So easy still just to try and overstep these cars off the mark there. As all that was Liam Lawson trying to look back up the inside through the final couple of corners there, but putting the power down. DRS activated once more. David Beckman still getting a little bit off of Yuri Vips.
Tyres gap to teammate behind is 16.1 seconds.
Really don't think tyres are going to be a major concern this weekend, I'll be honest. It weren't really an issue back in Bahrain. But can we just stick close to David Beckman there as we actually get a really nice run through Massenet there. I'm trying to use second gear just to try and lose the understeer in through Casino Square, but all over the back of the young German driver. Nope, not quite going to happen there. We went for it. It's all David Beckman very slow through the hairpin, but yeah, we're still certainly trying at the moment. If we could get a good run out of here, maybe we could be close enough. Don't think so this time round, no. Maybe 3/10 back, couple of, you know, sort of quarter of a second. Not half second back am I going to try and look for it into here. Around the outside in towards the Rascas? No. In a word, we just get all over his diffuser once again. They're really getting close to the wall on the exit of Anthony Noakes there. Love the fact you can still seem to be able to go through all the pit information boxes. But yeah, back down through T1. Oh, we're just applying so much pressure at the moment, but the laps are ticking by. Lap 9 already of this first sprint race there. As again, we tip it in to the outside through Casino Square. No, David Beckman having none of that, and we really are just trying to sort of experiment, work out what works and what doesn't here. We won't really lose out too much as long as we don't pick up any damage by trying these things. It's down around the outside again through the hairpin. Oh, look at that, Yuri Vips gets caught out. So around the outside of David Beckman there, wrong place at the wrong time for the young German, and we do now move up into a points-paying position here with just 6 laps to go of this race, and that was perfectly played. Complete fluke. I'm happy to admit that was pure luck, the fact we were able to make that one work, but that's racing sometimes, and I'm taking it. Oh, Yuri Vips, big wobble as we head down in towards Upper Mirabeau there, and look at that, round the outside we go. Can we hook it up into the hairpin? 2 laps in a row, almost into the Armco. Or put the power down there and clean around the outside of Yuri Vips. And that was just capitalising on the mistakes, applying the pressure. And it's 2 cars in 2 laps then. We're still making progress here, and we'll leave Vips to fight off Beckman for a couple of laps. Fittipaldi and Guilherme Samaya up next. Can we make more moves? Oh, I think now we're really starting to work out the lines through Casino Square. There is all Fittipaldi again. Just upsets the rear end. I thought about it, but we didn't do as badly as Yuri Vips had done 1 lap ago. Not quite able to make anything work that time around. There's Fittipaldi again. I think the AI, they must short shift on the exit. And obviously when you put these cars into second gear too early, they really do just bog down there. Can we get a run down in towards the Nouvelle Chicane? Let's just wait and see as we head through the tunnel. Not quite going to be close enough that time. Oh, big lock up at the rears there. A lot of empty steering rack, that felt like for a moment, but we hold on to it. Enough, the gap to Schwartzman just hasn't really gone up at all during this race. It's pretty much went, I think, from 16 at the start, 13 at the start to 16 now even, I should say, in this Grand Prix. And that's been very, very strange considering how much progress we've been able to make as this race has gone on there. 6 places gained in 12 laps here at Monaco is not too shabby by any stretch of the imagination. It's right on the outside now. Oh, Fittipaldi, look at that! Why? Why, Enzo? Would you just short-shift up to second there without having the power in? So, 6th place, easy dubs. Ooh. He says easy dubs as he almost stacks it by himself trying to put the power down. Guilherme Samaya next up in P5 there, as I think Bent Viscal just might be a little bit too far at the road late on in the day. Right, 2 laps to go then here from Monaco, and we are now really applying the pressure to Guilherme Samaya here. We're still setting 21s.
Your tyres need to go the distance.
Right, Jeff, let's see. How much more of these tyres got to do? Oh, no. They're 40% worn. However, will we cope with just 2 laps to go of the race there? Can't lie, that's genuinely a lot more than I thought they would be. They feel absolutely fine still at this stage of the day, but we're actually taking a fair bit of time at a Bent Viscal here. So me and Guilherme Samaya are really, really revving and motoring along at the moment, but I'm just not... Oh, come on! Oh, I didn't think Samaya would get caught out there. And we get caught out behind him, and that just throws away so much time, as you can see. They're really kicking out the back end. Oh, again, kicking out the back end as we head through the chicane there. It's so fun when you get it hooked up. But I can definitely sense at some point this weekend it's going to come back and bite me here as we get ready to start the final lap of the GP. Really rolling the power out of the final corner. Still got the DRS of Samaya just in front of us as well here. But yeah, the Brazilian
Final lap of the race.
doing pretty good defensive work at the moment. But one more lap to go then here of the first Monaco GP race of the weekend. And so far, things have gone pretty well, if I do say so myself. But as quickly as they can go well, they can rather get undone around this circuit as well. They're right up to the wall as we head through Casino Square there. Can we have a look at the inside? No. Not down in towards Upper Mirabeau here. Snag the fronts on the way in. Have a look around the outside on the way out, just in case Samaya gets stuck. Oh, he does a little bit, but we couldn't quite get the power down that time round. And now we've really got to try and stick with him. Maybe we can have a look up the inside in towards the chicane. We've got to stick all over the back of Guilherme Samaya here, and it looks like we have done that as we head down this little tunnel section here in towards the chicane. Up the inside we go, and we just about, only just, keep it between the white lines there, and that is Samaya disposed of. Team loving that one on the radio there, but with just a few corners to go of this first sprint race of the weekend there. It has been a valiant effort. 13th on the grid. We made up 3 places in the first lap there, and then just since then we've been picking cars off one by one out of the final corner then. I think it's going to be Christian Lundgaard who takes home the first race win here in Monaco, but P5, get in there.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
A great win then for the ART team today. And Davide Valsecchi, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
The difference was in the strategy. Credit to the driver for sure, but races like this really drive home how much of a team sport this is. They did a lot of work on the pit wall to really make the most of each stint and to make the best use of these tires. But that said, all of that would have been for nothing without a talented hand on the wheel.
An amazing race today, and a very well-deserved one too. The team worked very hard to get exactly the right setup out of the F2 car that works for them, and the results speak for themselves. ART GP winners today. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. The lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. And now a look at the team standings. MP Motorsport moved further clear at the top. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from ART this time out, and they improved their position in the championship. After all this drama, you'll be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Well, there we are then, guys. The end of the first sprint race here from Monaco. And it's Christian Lundgaard who takes home the dub. Wasn't too much movement between the top guys there. Top two finishing as they started there. Richard Verschoor moved up. Bent Viscal and myself, of course, there. And Guilherme Samaya, yeah, really struggled with race pace there. Third on the grid to sixth at the end of the GP there. Fittipaldi and Yuri Vips both scored points as well. David Beckman and Liam Lawson will make up our front row for the second sprint race of the day there. We can see the rest of your finishers. Poor Teo Porcher started 10th, thought if he can hold on to that, he can start pole position for race 2 of the weekend there. But the poor ART driver watched his teammate take the race victory and nothing he could do as the race unfolded there. Schwartzman, 19th place at the end of the day. How useless is that from our Prema teammate there? But championship-wise, Fittipaldi still leads there. 1 point now clear ahead of Larim Zendelli there. Richard Verschoor now makes it 3 points between the top three. And both MP Motorsport drivers definitely in the fight there. Liam Lawson 4th, ahead of myself in 5th there. We're still ahead of Teo Porcher, a jumping Deleda, and David Beckman there. Any other new point scorers? Yuri Vips gets his first point for the year. Good to see for him as well there. But you can see further down the order, still a handful of cars yet to score. Thank you all so much for watching this video nonetheless. If you have enjoyed, do make sure you leave a like and get yourself subscribed. I mean, look at that. MP Motorsport pretty much with double the points of anyone else early on in the campaign there. Just Dams and Carlin still yet to score in the Teams Championship as well. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow ready for sprint race number 2. None of these videos would be possible without the help of our channel supporters. So a massive thank you to The Travesty, Patrick, Chuan, David, Ben, Aidan, Estacios, Cato, Sean, Johnny, McBlam, Mighty Spork, Tazief, William, and Nanon for becoming channel members. If you want to be featured at the end of all these videos, make sure you just click the join button down below.